I do want to talk about the goalies because yesterday we discussed at length, and we'll do it again tomorrow as we talk about Game 6, but we spoke about how bad a road Stanley Cup Final goalie Sergei Bobrovsky is. I mean, look at that. 812 save percentage as he heads back to Edmonton. Not great. In this round, Sergei Bobrovsky has been, we'll say, the second of three best goaltenders. Do we even care about
Matthew Tkachuk?
What's that? Matthew Tkachuk actually would go, so he'd be third.
Yeah, you said second of three.
There's been three goalies this postseason.
Round. That's true. Yeah. That is true.
But I don't want to slag. Well, I can't think of his name. Solars. Yeah. Whatever. He got handed a horrible situation. Got to go in there and just fucking weather the storm. But Stu Skinner, better than Sergei Bobrovsky this round? The numbers say yes.
No, I don't think so. I'd say it's a non-story. Like Bobrovsky really unequivocally stole a game in Game 1. Maybe you could say Stu Skinner came close to stealing that game yesterday, but I wouldn't say that because Edmonton built the lead. I think Bobrovsky's the only guy that has truly, truly stolen a game in this series. You could say that he had the massive impact late in Game 3 with the big save on McLeod, but I think goaltending has become a non-story, whereas before it was Bobrovsky was kind of really, really powering the Panthers.
Oh, I big disagree. It's not that it's become a non-story. I'd say that maybe Stu Skinner hasn't become a bad story. Goaltending is a big story right now.
Well, it's
I
like
think,
a wash of me.
Because Sergei Bobrovsky now in back-to-back games has allowed 4 goals. And if you go back to the third period of Game 3, where, yes, he ended up making a big save on Ryan McLeod. Outside of that, he let in 2 goals that third period. So, like, the Oilers have been able to break through against Sergei Bobrovsky big time, going on 7 periods now. And now he's going back to Edmonton, where, as we noted, he fucking sucks on the road in the Stanley Cup Final. So, goaltending, I think I know what you meant. I don't want to put words in your mouth. Like, I think I know what you meant by goaltending hasn't been a story, but right now there is definitely a big story around Sergei Bobrovsky of have the Oilers gotten to him in their minds? I say yes. Bigger question is, have the Oilers gotten to him in his mind? There is precedent there. Once you break through a little bit against Sergei Bobrovsky, he doesn't become a puddle, but when you make him human, historically speaking, he remains human.
Yeah, I just don't know how much blame I'm putting at the feet of Bob. He's definitely appeared mortal, which he wasn't in the first 3 games for the most part of the series, and that's a very good sign for Edmonton. But like, 1 goal I think you can say was his fault in Game 5. Game 4, he wasn't great, but neither was the team in front of him. They gave up a million rush opportunities, so I don't know how much blame I'm putting at the feet of Bob, but I think the really interesting thing here is the trends that we've seen beyond just this series. Stu Skinner becomes a better goalie as a series goes along, and Sergei Bobrovsky, the opposite is true. You see the numbers on the screen right here. Pretty staggering. Stu Skinner in games 1 through 3 of series during this postseason is 4-8. with an .879 save percentage. But in games 4 through 7, he's 9-0 with a .938 save percentage. The guy becomes a monster as these series carry on. And I don't know if it's just something that's like in his DNA where he's a gamer, he locks it in, or it's just like kind of figuring out the book on these teams, or maybe just getting some confidence behind him. He becomes a difference maker as a series gets deeper. And I thought he was great in Game 5 last night. That should be worrisome if you're a Florida Panthers fan, especially when you look at, on the other side, Sergei Bobrovsky in games 1 through 3 this postseason, 9-3 with a .915 save percentage. Games 4 through 7, he is 6-4, sub 900, .894 save percentage. the splits there are pretty staggering.
Outstanding work by you. It's a great thought. It's a great observation. And the numbers tell the exact story that you see when you watch these two players, especially in the case of Skinner.
Hey, thanks for watching the channel.
We appreciate everybody who checks out our stuff, but 80% of our viewers are not actually subscribed to this page. So if you could smash that subscribe button, it would go a very long way for us.
The more subscriptions we have, the more visibility we get from YouTube, which allows us to do more.
So press that button. Thank you. What I would add to the games 4 through 7 conversation with Stu Skinner is that I'd also work in Chris Knobloch there, because the Edmonton, especially in like these like games 6 and 7 of some of these series, I'm thinking about the end of the Vancouver series and then game 6 of the Western Conference Final, where Knobloch is like a great defensive coach. I'm going to take the vocalized pause out of that. Knobloch is a great defensive coach, and he's got a team with a reputation for shoddy defending and sloppy goaltending, really tightening up while still letting their Connor McDavids fly out of the zone and shit. Even their defensive forwards, the Connor Browns of the world, are producing. But that stat to me is what you said about he gets locked in. And for somebody whose mental state is so often a topic of conversation, I think that whether is it the Lakers guy that the Oilers hired?
I don't know.
The Oilers hired
Shaq?
like a historic or like a legendary sports psychologist who I want to say worked with, I could be getting this wrong, chat will be able to tell me. Like
George Mumford worked with Jordan and Kobe.
Yeah, it's right. Worked with Jordan and Kobe. I knew Kobe. So Brad Marchand talks about this like, yo, like if you could see a sports psychologist, do it. Be fucking crazy not to. You get your mind right when you're playing, especially when you're in big moments. Stu Skinner, we're always talking about if he lets in 1, is it going to turn into 5? And if he gets beaten cleanly once, is he just basically toast for the rest of the game? We can tell, and I've been watching these games with you two, and we've like said it in real time. We've been like, okay, Stu's good.
Yeah.
Like Stu's got the stuff. He knows where he needs to be. And there's always going to be a moment where he either leaves the net vacant or he's a little too casual with how he's playing the puck or something. He's never going to be perfect because goaltenders are not perfect, but you can typically tell, and it's usually later in these series when he's got his wits about him and he's sharp and he's like, you know what? No one can be on this level that 97 is, but shit, if I can hover at this level and just stay there, I give these guys a chance, and it does help that the team plays very well in front of him defensively.
He's a bag boy.
He is a bag boy.
He sits in that hot water, and what do you know? Games 4 through 7, plenty of flavor there.
Sometimes he gets his team in hot water.
Yeah.
Games 1 through 3, and they say, you know what? Why don't you, what are those little trays called? That's like it looks like a big fat spoon where you put down the tea bag. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
You guys don't know shit about tea.
I drink tea often. I just throw the bag away.
So do I, but then it drips when you're walking over to the trash.
You guys,
take
you
them
don't
out
know
to
shit
the
about
trash,
tea. You should be doing loose leaf tea.
You think I haven't done loose leaf tea before?
I know you have, but
What do you know about loose leaf?
I haven't
paper?
done it in a while, but I've done it.
loose leaf tea. Wow.
It just goes to a different school.
That's right.
My tea is in Canada.
We all silly like the mayor.